Ah, ladies and gentlemen, it's Brunhild time. Hello, it is I, Oda Expert, and we're gonna get into it. So, Lord Brunhild here. I skipped the patch notes, I'm not gonna lie. I was busy this last 2 days doing, personal stuff. But now that I have a little bit of free time on me, I'm back to the videos. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Anyways, we got Brunhild, LR, and to sum up what she does, basically, it's the same premise that she always did, just LRified, stronger, better, that type of thing. But if you really want to get into the nitty gritty of what she does, she increases her basic stats by 12% for each applicable ally. They did add humans to the applicable ally section, so now she works with a human team and a Ragnarok team, which we will probably get into at some point in this video for both segments. But mainly today we're going to be doing a human setup because we've already seen her Ragnarok potential and it's insane. So an updated one will be coming, but I want to play with the humans since that is the newest added feature to the LR version of this character. And now on top of that, she has a little bit more to her passive. Obviously, she has like 7 different segments, but decreases all enemies' attack related stats by and defense related stats by 15% at the start of the ally's turn for 1 turn. I'm assuming both of these decreases on attack and defense are separate debuffs. So she, instead of her only lowering defense related stats, she's also going to do the attack related stats, which is 2 debuffs on each enemy at the beginning of the turn, and that'll add up to 6 debuffs if they are separate. And now for each debuff applied to the enemy, the hero's attack related stats are increased by 7%. It's a limit to 6 times. So again, if the attack and defense debuff are separate, she's going to have her full passive for attack related stats turn 1. And then the hero damage taken is decreased by 1% and crit damage increased by 3% for every 2% of remaining HP when using a skill. So basically when she's at 100% HP, she will have like 30% crit damage or some shit like that. A little bit more maybe, I don't know, my math might be a little off on that, but 30% at like peak or some shit like that, or 300%. I don't know, math is hard today, I'm not gonna lie, I just got off work, listen. And then last but not least, the hero's weak point skill ignores 50% of the target's crit resistance. So basically, the AoE that Wedding Brunhild is known for, where she cuts off all the tops of the wine, is just disgustingly OP now, and if you throw this out, rank 1 should do like a mil minimum. So, and then on top of that, her charge attack has a defense lower, and it lowers their max HP by 2% for 3 turns, up to 5 times, which, is pretty solid, but it's probably irrelevant for this character. And then her ultimate not only does it heal, but it also increases attack related stats after you ult now. So, that being said, I am having her on attack crit as she always was. I never changed her gear, I never upgraded her gear, so this is the same gear she always had, and I'm not taking her into geared anyway, but I'm just letting y'all know if y'all want to use her in anything, attack crit is the way. But now, to start the video, this is the team that I have very much faith in. Sub slot is whatever you want, to be honest, but this is the team I want to try. Sid, because he's the best human in game right now in terms of like utility. He's pretty solid. And then LR Bond, because not only will you be defense related attack lowering and attack related stat lowering, now you can extort them. They're lower their base stats as well. So you extort AoE with Sid or Bond and then AoE with Brunhild, you should just win every game. And I have 254,000 CC going first. I expect nothing but the best. So maybe I'll switch the teams up in this video, or maybe I'll just stay with this human setup. Either or. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because we're like literally 2 subs away from 2K, bro. 2 subs. So help a brother out, and let's see what we can get going with this team. We have unknown setup with Yeon on the team, which is fairly toxic, but I don't think this is going to be hard for me per se. So again, the thought process of this team going in is to extort AoE with Bond and then AoE with Brunhild. That's the thought process, and we'll see how this goes out. 3896 is pretty good. 860k is also pretty fucking good, but now the whole team's immortal. And Yeon is just that character, so it makes sense. But 860 rank 1 off of an extort is pretty cracked, I'm not gonna lie. Now, do I lose this? It's possible, because genuinely speaking, this setup is kind of crazy. And the human team, okay, well, it's an AI. Someone would have AoE with Milim, but instead they did that. But the human team itself is not the best when it comes to like survivability against these unknown setups and shit like that. So it really comes down to if the character wants to do the damage. But we're gonna AoE twice with Sid and then AoE with Brunhild. Mainly because, why not? And just to make sure, you know, hit everyone. They're immortal anyway. Let's not waste our single target DPS. 390 off of an Infect Flood from Sid is pretty nuts. And then we kill Yeon here. Almost a mill is crazy. But again, we kind of have to sit here and take it because they're immortal. Now, if we had a DOT on the team, that would have been much better. But it is what it is. And at the moment, they have a lot of debuffs. So not only is Brunhild's attack relay stats maxed out, which it's been maxed out for a while now, it's also not that bad. But yeah, that damage is expected. This probably wipes me. Oh, she did no damage. Okay. But the minimum damage, it checks out, to be honest. Now that we're in this Mazino scenario, let's go ahead and do this the easy way, right? Let's get rid of Milim here. So it's gonna attack this one. Let's use the Brunhild card, and that should kill because I'm pretty sure her effect goes through. Oh, Mazino has time. Okay, that's whatever. That's fine. I'm not gonna kill Milim here then. Milim's gonna live. It's whatever. It's fine. Oh, never mind. I forgot. She has 0 HP. So 3 damage will kill Milim. My bad. And then we just wipe him off the map with Sid. Because Sid is disgustingly OP. Or when he wants to be. You laugh at him, boys. Alright, though. Solid. 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 Now, if that was any other team, they probably would have lost turn 1. But unfortunately for us, unknowns are quite immortal for the first 2 turns. So you have to sit there and survive. So my team being hyper offensive with no real defense capabilities is not great against an unknown setup. Against a real player, I would have lost turn 1 because most people would have millimed, or most people wouldn't even have Yeon on the team. So I probably would have lost that fight in any normal scenario. But Goddess team, I don't think Goddess team has a lot going for it when it comes to this hyper DPS. So we're going to, we can extort them. Their stats aren't lowered, but we can extort them. And then also, I'm looking now, they do have 2 debuffs on. So we're going to extort them. We're going to AoE with the Bond, and then AoE with Brunhild. They can't be lowered, but we can still the stats regardless. I don't think we're killing all of them. Mayo dies! 537. Don't get the revive off from Eliotis, but that's fine, whatever. But Mayo dies turn 1. That's actually pretty good. Because Mayo can be a problem. Eliotis on the field by himself isn't the strongest thing of all time. But they do have a shield. We'll see, we'll see. But I don't think that it's going to be life-threatening at the moment. They're extorted still. I think we have a good chance here. And then obviously Sid's stacked up now. It's his turn to shine. I think this is pretty much a safe win, you know? The extortion going crazy right there. Because now that Mael's off the field, they can be stat lowered because that's Mael's passive about them ignoring stat resistance. Or, let's AoE. Let's do the single target with Brunhild, the rank 1, and then we'll rank 2. Let's just go for Brunhild here. Using the AoE to break the shield is fine, but I want to see how much damage we're doing here with Brunhild. With all those debuffs going. Oh my god! 357's kind of crazy. I was not expecting that, I'm gonna be real. Jesus. Okay, the level 2 did it significantly less because I missed every crit and he lost all of his debuffs. So I also lost my entire passive when I did that AoE. Or that single target. That was nuts though. I forgot that kind of plays into her kit. So if they have max debuffs and her passive is procced, it's just GG's. But since he got the revive off, I almost missed the kill on Eliotis. Anyways, let's keep going. Let's do a few more, and then we'll call it there. Let's see. Let's see this. Okay. Now the god is set up. We do LCC, so we're chilling. Okay. Instead of extorting this time, because we already seen how that goes out, so I'm pretty sure we win if we extort. Well, that works as well. Okay. If you go against another goddess or unknown setup, I'm going to do the triple AoE instead of the extort start and see how that plays out. But yeah, let's see. Let's get to the next match. Who we got? Unknown setup. Okay. This is a little more tricky, but again, with this unknown setup, you always want to go for Lali Merlin first. So in terms of a triple AoE, it's not going to work out as well as I want it to, because it's probably going to trigger. It's a random chance to trigger for Milim or Merlin at that point. So for content, I'm going to triple AoE, but in reality, you should not do this against a team like this, because this is not going to go well for who gets the immortality. If I even kill someone at this point. We'll see. Okay, triple AoE is doing nothing. Brunhild obviously performed way better than the other two. Okay. But that makes sense though, because Sid, like I said, doesn't do much turn 1. Even with his infect, it's not a damage card until he gets his fluidity debuff out there, which is all the red debuffs they get after attacking for so long. So this makes perfect sense. So maybe we lose this, but it's okay. Just for not context, just for practice. I just wanted to see what would happen. Do we survive this? No, we don't. We don't. That's fine. Mizuno could technically solo this, to be completely fucking honest. He definitely could, but I don't want to waste my time doing that. So, yeah, that was just for testing anyway. It was not ideal. So, yeah, don't triple AoE. Just extort first. Alright, last match. Another unknown setup. This time we'll play against them accurately, and hopefully there's not the same outcome. That would be awkward if it is. But, you know, Tarmiel Link is in play this time as well. So homie is slightly smarter than the average bear. Either way, we're going to do it. We're going to do the actual grind here. We could technically not even attack with Bond and just single target Brunhild and then AoE. Because now I'm in that situation. Milim has the fucking retrocession. And I think I lose because of that. Merlin getting the retrocession is such a better choice, but unfortunately, when you go for the triple AoE like that, it's not that big of a in your favor for that to actually go the way you want to. And Infect is in play, Milim just kills, yeah. Okay, that's fair. That is very much fair. Now going into it, I kind of figured that was going to happen anyway. Because, yeah, the AoE stretch just doesn't work. I'll do one more, and then we'll call it there. And that's a team. I don't know what type of team that would be, but that's definitely a team of all time. So, yeah, let's just kill this and call it a day. I don't know what the fuck this guy's got going on, but oh, they're immune to debuffs? Huh, I didn't know that. I was not aware that they're immune to debuffs. Or like extort, I guess? I don't know. They didn't take the extort, so they're immune to like debuff cards? I don't know. That was weird. I was not aware. I mean, I see it, the buff, obviously, but I never really paid attention to it because I haven't used these characters in PvP ever. Damn, her buff animation is long as hell. Well, they don't win this, so at this point, I'm just gonna play the game to play it, but cool damage, bro. I mean, I don't know what they expect to happen. This is the weirdest thing of all time, but here, let's pop that. Are they still debuff? Okay, so Bond is actively useless because they're still immune to his extort, technically. It's fine, whatever. Get him out of here, Sid. Maybe it's a real player and he'll forfeit, but I don't think this is, so we'll see. Yeah, doesn't look like a real player. Oh my god. Alright, well, let's get to level 2 Brunhild and wrap this video up. Either way, be sure to like and subscribe. Overall, I do like this character. The triple AoE setup is just not that great, though. Bond, it was a fun idea, because Bond relatively has no use case in the game right now. So pulling Bond out, it was fun while it lasted, but genuinely speaking, if you go against an unknown team, this setup specifically just dies. Unless you single target with Brunhild and ignore the whole rest of the team. Because you can't use Sid turn 1. Bond is only good if you extort. So your entire purpose is to single target the Merlin and then hopefully kill her before Milim. Either way, I think this team could beat an unknown team if you played it correctly. Either way, though, that's going to be the video. So, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to switch up the teams throughout the week and play around with Brunhild because I do find her enjoyable, unlike Ella Merlin. And we'll go from there. So, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, and have a wonderful day.